Hello, and thanks for tuning in. Today we're talking about new things. Let's dive in. So, have you ever had that feeling that, I don't know, everyone around you is just a little more focused on their own stuff these days?
Oh, absolutely. It's a feeling that seems pretty widespread.
Yeah, and we've been digging into some ideas around, well, why that might be happening and maybe what the future could look like.
It's a really relevant topic, and it's easy to sort of see why people might feel that heightened sense of individual concern,
Right.
especially when you look at the backdrop of modern life.
Exactly. Like, think about just scrolling through your news feed any given day.
Hmm.
It's often just filled with stories about, international disagreements or conflicts or shaky financial times. It feels kind of relentless sometimes.
That constant stream, yeah. That global uncertainty, it definitely it can impact how we feel, how we react.
So people turn inwards.
Well, it seems natural, doesn't it? People might turn their attention inwards, yeah, focusing on what's closest to their own safety, their security.
Yeah.
It's like when you're dealing with a lot personally, you just have less energy, less bandwidth for things happening further away.
That's a really good way to put it. Like our ability to care about, the bigger picture just shrinks when our own lives feel a bit overwhelming.
Precisely, that emotional bandwidth idea. And our sources seem to point to several interconnected factors feeding into this. It's not just one simple thing.
Right. Okay. So multiple causes, things like rapid changes in society,
Mm.
the economy being so up and down, these big gaps between rich and poor,
Economic volatility,
the
yeah.
social disparities.
Worries about resources and just all of the complex global politics. It's a lot to take in.
It truly is. It's like a confluence of pressures all hitting at once.
Yeah.
Take job security, for instance. If people are worried about, say, automation taking their jobs, or they're just struggling with the rising cost of living,
Which so many are.
exactly.
Yeah.
Their main focus, understandably, becomes ensuring their own well-being, their family's well-being. Survival, really. Makes total sense. If you're constantly juggling your own problems under that kind of weight, you probably have, like, zero extra energy to volunteer or even think much about broader issues.
It's a real mental burden.
That's kind of-
Consumes your energy.
But you said there's more to it. Maybe not all bad news?
Well, this is where it gets quite interesting. While it might seem like this self-focused trend will just continue indefinitely,
Yeah.
our sources actually offer a more optimistic view, a
Yeah.
potential shift in the future.
Oh, thank goodness. I was starting to feel a bit bleak there. Okay, so what's the positive angle?
The core idea is that technology, which, yeah, contributes to some current anxieties, might also hold the key to easing them.
How so?
As tech evolves, particularly AI, artificial intelligence, it really has the potential to significantly improve our quality of life overall.
Okay, I'm listening. How could AI specifically help with this self-centeredness issue?
Well, think about that economic insecurity we mentioned.
Yeah.
While there's definitely talk about AI replacing jobs, another very real possibility is that it could massively boost productivity and company revenues,
Right, more efficiency.
which could potentially pave the way for ideas like universal basic income or UBI.
UBI.
Yeah.
So, like, everyone gets a regular income payment, whether they're working or not.
That's the concept. And some early studies, like the one involving Sam Altman, they've shown some promising signs.
Such as?
Things like better financial stability, obviously,
Right.
but also improved well-being, people feeling more in control of their lives, even better health outcomes.
Wow, okay, so if that basic financial stress is lifted,
Exactly. It could free up a huge amount of mental energy, that burden we talked about. Maybe it gets lighter.
that really clicks.
Mhm.
If you're not constantly worried about paying the bills, you'd have more capacity for other things. For others, maybe.
Absolutely. And it's not just AI. Think about scientific progress in, say, sustainable energy.
Okay, clean energy.
If we can develop abundant, clean energy sources,
Yeah.
that could seriously reduce the global competition over resources.
Which causes so much conflict.
Precisely, a major driver of conflict and tension.
So the argument is, if we can use technology to tackle these really fundamental stresses like money worries and resource scarcity, people might naturally become less solely focused on themselves.
That's the hopeful perspective, yes. By alleviating those core anxieties, people might just regain that emotional bandwidth we lost.
Huh.
We could potentially see a kind of renewed magnanimity, a greater focus on community, on contributing to the common good again.
That's a really fascinating thought. So it feels like maybe we're in a more self-focused phase now, driven by current pressures.
Plausibly, yes.
But the future, maybe powered by technology solving some of those pressures, could actually swing back towards a more outward collective focus.
It's a potential turning point anyway. If we can tackle these underlying stresses effectively, we might just unlock a greater capacity for empathy, for connection, for collective action. It's optimistic, but possible.
That's a wrap for today. Remember, you're capable of great things. Stay curious and stay motivated.